Hello, everyone, and welcome to part 5 of our action RPG series. In the previous episode, we started work on our ability system, putting in the core foundations that we need to get this system going. In this episode, we're going to set up our very first ability, a simple sword slash, and show how that can work to deal damage with the ability and the effect system that we've put in place. So let's take a look at this and get started. Okay, so last time we were here in our action RPG, we started the setup for our ability system. Now, the ability system consists of two components. You've got the abilities and the effects. And a single ability could have multiple effects. Could be ranging from things like dealing damage, leaving dots, anything like that. So we're going to do a basic setup of one ability now, and then we'll show how we can make more of these in the future. So we started work on our slash. Okay, so we've got ability parent, and inside the ability folder, we've got ability slash. I'm going to open this up. And on here, I'm going to put in a description of our ability. So I'm going to do slash your sword to attack all enemies in front of you. Okay. We need a thumbnail. Now, a good place to find thumbnails is on GameIcons.net if you want to find a free place to get hold of these icons. And it looks like this. And we're going to do slash, the sword slash in there. We'll do this quick slash effect here. Okay. I'm just going to download that PNG of that icon. You can change various things like its color and things like that if you want here. I'll leave it white. And over here, we're going to drag that in. So let me go into abilities. We're going to go folder, thumbnails. And I'm just going to bring that into there. Okay, there's my slash. Okay, and I can just drag that into there. Cool. So the cost stat, this is the stat it's going to cost me. So this would be the mana I want to, or the resource I want to use. So I'm just going to do this one as rage, and cost value will be, I don't know, 5. Okay. Cooldown will do as 0. I'm not really fussed by that, and the effect we're going to have on here is going to be the ability effect slash. So this defines the whole entire ability itself. Nothing extra special there. So I'm going to close that. And then I'm going to go to the ability effect. Now, the effects for the slash are pretty simple. I'm going to open up the blueprint editor. And in here, we design what we want to happen. So in here, we need to do an animation for the character to execute the attack. And also handle what we're doing here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, on this effect, add a sphere collision to this. And like that. And this sphere collision would be like the radius of the attack. So I'm going to set it up to 150. Okay. It's quite large, but good. As I said, I only want it to be happening in front of the actor here. So basically I only want it to affect half of this semicircle, basically. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to do on begin play. We're going to get our sphere and get the overlapping actors. And we're going to choose any actor we have in our scene. And we're going to do a for each loop on the array that is returning. And what we're going to be doing is going to do a dot product to work out if they're in front of us or not. So I want to get the direction, sorry, of my ability effect. So let's get actor forward vector. And I also need the direction between this actor and these ones here. So I need to get direction. Oh, I have to get location first of all. Get location. And I need to get actor location of this one. And we should be on top here because we're going from here to there. So direction, get unit direction to there. And we'll do a dot product with these two values. And when we dot product these two values, the more alike they are, the value will be close to 1. And the more opposite they are, be close to negative 1. So if they're facing the same way, that'll be positive. And that's what I'm saying here, is if this is greater than 0, I'm going to apply damage to that actor. Okay, so we'll take, just move this down a little bit, and bring that across. Apply damage. That end there. And the base damage here, we can put in whatever we want. I'll put in 10, for example. Obviously, this will be based upon our character's stats and things like that later, but I'm not worried about that just yet. We just want to get just a value in there. Damage causer will be itself, or the owner of it, rather. So get owner. And that'll do. Okay, so it's going to do all this work, and when it's completed here, we're going to destroy actor, because we don't need to do anything extra on here. So with these effects, what you're basically doing is you're doing each one uniquely what their code is, what they're going to be doing. And this one, in this case, we're getting all the actors in front of us and doing damage to it. Okay, and that's all it's doing. Some effects, though, may be lingering, like dots, for example, that you want to deal damage to loads of people and attach them to it and be sticky to them. Some may have like other effects that slows or cripples them, you know, things like that. But this one's pretty simple. We just want it to just apply damage to something. So we'll do that, save, and we can close that. Okay, so that is the effect. The ability is the ability slash here, and we now want it to do this ability. So ability details name, so if we put in here, slash, there you go. And like that. Why has that not gone to the same section there? That's interesting. They are in the same category. Don't know why it's done that though. They should be in the same bit, but never mind. We'll close that. And I'm just going to test this out. So I'm going to go into my player character. Well, we top down character. And I'm just going to do on the 1 key, I'm going to do the slash. So I'm going to do spawn actor from class and just choose our slash ability. Spawn transform will be the actor's transform. And the owner of this would be self. Okay. File. Save. Okay, and to make sure we can see this working, I'm going to go back to my abilities and ability effect for the slash, and I'll make this sphere here render in game. So we'll make it hidden in game false. Okay, so you can see it lingering around. Just realized it's going to disappear quite quickly. So let me just go in here and put a little delay in this. Delay by 3 seconds. There we go. That's just for us so we can test it out properly. So when I push 1, we should see a sphere appear. Okay. And nothing. Okay, so we've got to look into why that's happening. So one thing to note is I'm going to look over here at the outliner. It says 52 actors. I'm just going to see if... So it is going up. I am creating these actors. Abilities. They are getting created. You can see them there, 0, 1, 2. But the effects aren't. So let's work out why the effects aren't. So go to my ability parent class. For each loop, the effects. That should be okay. Can activate ability, query stat. I don't have the stat on my stat component sorted out. There we go. Let's go back to my character. Systems, stat component. Resource 100. What did I put? I'll put rage, didn't I? No, let's fix that. Let's go back to ability and change that from rage to resource. Okay. Right. Try that now. Okay, so it's still spawning it in, but we're not seeing it spawn in the effect. So let's work out where this is breaking. So go to the parent ability, and on the event graph, I'm going to go to this branch here, and for each loop, we'll do on this branch add breakpoint, and hit play. Hit 1. Okay, so it's spawning but not hitting that breakpoint. That's interesting. So let's take a look at what that is. And I think, yep. So activate ability isn't being called. So I just need to call that on begin play. There we go. Activate ability. There we go. So activate it straight away, basically. So you are getting the effects as well. The effects are lingering. But they're not sport. We can't see them in game. Okay, so we got this issue here. We're missing caster and intended target for the spawn actor. Okay, that's for the ability. Fine. Go into ability here. So targeting caster and intended target, we need to just expose those up like that, and leave like there, and we just want to set the caster up here. So I need to go back to my player character. I'm spawning it in, and screen. There you go. And if I just refresh this. Oh wait, I didn't make it exposed. Hang on. So with the caster here, we're gonna make that exposed on spawn. There we go. There we go. And put that self. Okay. And let's try that out now. So there you go. We've got the slash effect spawning in just fine. You can see the circle now appearing. Excellent. So worked out some basic stuff there, and we've got that all working a-okay. So now I just need to determine when I've actually dealt damage to something. So access and I'm trying to read property into the target. That's something we have to figure out. And so that's on spawn actor ability. Click on here. And that is because my valid target here is picking A if it is valid. Yeah. Why is that not picking that? Having a hard time with this for some reason. If it's valid, pick this one. If it's not, pick this one. Yeah. It's not valid, so it should be picking this one. Okay, intended target then, I'll just make that expose on spawn for now. And just go back to my player character. And put intended target as self again as well. And we'll cross that bridge later. Whoops. There we go. So, yeah, now we've got that in there. We need him to do an animation and also check that damage is being dealt. So let's get the animation in there first of all. So in my character for Greystone, he has an animation we can use. Need to find the attack. I think it's this one. Yeah, we'll use this one. Okay. And I'm going to go back to that ability. Slash. And on in play, I'm going to add a call to parent function. And on there, we're going to get the caster. And we're going to do play montage. I'm going to choose our level, no, our attack primary A, montage. Okay, so that should now do the attack animation. Let's just see if that's all set up. Yep. Cool. Okay, so now I need to make it check that it is actually doing damage. So let's put in a little dummy that you can whack about. So blueprint class, character, dummy. And give him a little mesh so we can see where he is. That's the old dummy. And on the event graph here, I'm going to do the damage event. So look for damage, any damage event. And this gets triggered when we do that apply damage effect that we've done on the effect there. And that will trigger here. And all I'm going to do here is I'm going to do print string. And we'll print out the damage value like that. Okay. So, let's put him into the scene first. That would help. No. Okay. So go here, hit 1. Just double check that is actually happening. Let me just make sure. Enable all. No. Why are we not doing that? Come on. Enable all screen messages. Okay, so it's not overlapping him. So let's work out why that's not overlapping. So let's go to the effect. And I'm going to go to the for each loop here and add a breakpoint for this effect here. So when I hit play, that's stopped. And we hit this for each loop. Now I've got this overlapping actor, and it says it's got none overlapping. That's interesting. So what it may be is that the collision profile hasn't been set up yet. Begin play probably happening too quick. So if we can put a little delay in there. 0.2 is plenty of time for it to do that. And we'll see if that's working now instead. Yep, there you go. Got 10 in the corner. Because he's behind me now, he doesn't take damage. But if I turn around, I go behind him. Oh, I go back over here. So he doesn't take damage because he's behind me. Follow me. There we go. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we got that slash ability working just fine. We now need to make it work with a left click on the target itself. So if a target can be damaged, we want to be able to damage it with that attack. And this would be the default one that you put assigned to your left click. But obviously you could assign any ability to your left click later on when we make more abilities. But this one will do just fine now. So the way we did this is we made a chest, if you remember, and we opened it up and we done interact with, and that was when we go up to it, we're interacting with it when we click on it. Okay. So when we click on it, we set the interact target to the thing and away it goes. So what I'm going to do is do the same thing for my dummy and do on clicked set interact target, and the target here is going to be my player character, and the actor will be self. And then we add the interaction event. So we need to go to our class settings and add interface for our interaction. Like this. And an interface is do interact with. And on here, we can tell our character to do their basic attack. So if I go back to my player character and change that from the 1 key to custom event called primary attack. There. And then on my interact event here, I can take this and I can pass to a top-down character and do the primary attack. So let's take a look at that in action. So I can click and move around. If I click on him, I walk over to him and he should do the primary attack, which he isn't. So let's work out why that's the case. We'll do add breakpoint on there. Make sure that's happening. Okay, so it's not reaching. Oh, wait, I think my click is going right through him. So you see when my mouse click is going right through the character? I think that's the issue. So the reason that'll be is because my dummy character, the capsule component, I need to make it so I can actually click on a thing. So you go to collision profile, change to custom, and visibility is probably what the mouse is using. Change that to block on there too. Like that. Now over and attack. Like that. There you go. That is the start of our ability system in place. There's obviously a lot more to do with it, and a lot more abilities to make. But there's a starting point, at least for you. You can now see how this is going to go. And as you can see, the effect is where all the work happens. So that is where you're going to do a lot of the custom coding per ability. Now, in the next episode, we're going to work on our damage numbers so that we don't have to simply deal with a print string. We can actually use a damage number effect appear on the screen and show itself to the player. So you can catch the next episode right now over on patreon.com/Ryan Laley, where you can find all my videos early before everyone else. And if you want to support the channel, head over to Patreon and you can sign up from just $1 a month to get access to all our videos early before everyone else, as well as take part in our creator challenges. Each month, a new challenge given to all of our Patreon members, and you get feedback based upon your submissions. So do check it out. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.